Recorded from our studio in the back of an empty train car, it's The View from Down Here with your host, Snackin'. Featuring our special guest, Nobody, and musical guest, YouTube's free audio library. Now here's your host, the avatar of average, Snackin'. Thank you so much. What a good intro. It's nice to see all of you here. All right, this is the new format for my news and opinion videos. For those of you who have been watching my crap for the past year, please get yourselves some help. As promised, going forward, The View from Down Here will replace everything except the tactical breakdown videos. Now that we have the boring crap out of the way, let's move on and do a little bit of real-world news. This article was published about a week ago on Gizmodo. It's also published in the Journal of Pediatrics and Child Health, and links are down in the description. Pediatricians now know how long it takes for an adult to pass a Lego head through their gut. 1.71 days on average, in case you're curious. 6 pediatricians volunteered to eat a Lego head and then dig through their own to see when the little yellow bundles of joy would make their appearance. Reading further, it seems that the pediatricians didn't expect to be taken seriously, but did this to reassure parents that a toy object passes through their adult subjects quickly with no complications. And these pediatricians advocate that no parent should be expected to dig through their own child's feces to prove retrieval. These guys obviously aren't parents. And wow, what a shitty article, huh? Now, one doctor in the article couldn't find his Lego head, and that's the smartest one of the bunch. That's the doctor I'm taking my child to. The one who was smart enough to not dig through his own for, quote, fun running up to Christmas, unquote. This doctor, who's obviously not a parent, because I think it's almost hormonal. There's almost a hormonal drive for parents to dig through their own child's shit. Hell, I did it. We all become fecal philiacs for about 4 years after pregnancy. The really good kind of poops, the kid poops, are like Play-Doh or silly putty. I mean, you can pick up images from the Sunday comics with that crap. Literally crap. You know, take that, Mary Worth. Hagar, you're not funny. Let's see if pressing some on your face helps. You know, it usually does. Seriously, if this is your idea of fun, you probably swallowed a lot of foreign bodies as a child. You know, like leaded paint chips. You know, hey kid, just because they call them paint chips doesn't mean you eat them. Although, in fairness, they are good with French onion dip. You know, there might be a reason I didn't finish college. I do think some real good came out of the article, though. These pediatricians have redefined what it means to pull your head out of your ass. All right, we've had our fun. Let's move on to Overwatch, which, as we all know, is not fun. I got tilted the other day. I wasn't even playing. I mean, I know someone tilted in Overwatch. Dear God, that never happens. But I was just watching some opinion videos, and they just pissed me off. And the reason they pissed me off is because I felt like they were attacking me. They were attacking my playstyle. I'm going to admit, one of the reasons I absolutely love Overwatch is because it has complexities. It has layers. I mean, quoting Shrek, it's kind of like an onion. You peel it off, you cry a little bit, you find a new layer, you think that's cool, and then you peel that off and you cry a little bit, and that's kind of the way the strategy is to me with Overwatch, because it's not Overwatch is absolutely a game about counterplay, but it isn't all about counterplay. If you're good enough, you can overcome your counter. Or if you have proper game sense, you can avoid your counter and still be effective. If the counter has you completely shut down, you need to swap. Hopefully, you will swap to to a character that will counter something on the enemy team and force them to do the same. And and then there's the timing of the swap and the do I want to lose ult charge yet question, and there's a lot to Overwatch. You have to think rapidly, and they've made characters that allow you to succeed without godlike mechanical skill. That being said, godlike mechanical skill will carry you a long way. So I feel like Overwatch is a great game. And what these videos were attacking was ranked mode specifically, right? Competitive mode. And they're like, it's almost like they were playing with semantics. Well, competitive mode isn't really competitive. It ought to be like Overwatch League or Contenders. And to me, and then they, one more point before I move on. They also said, well, part of the problem is that Jeff Kaplan has said that, dads coming home after work relax to a game of Overwatch and they do it in competitive if they want to. Well, that's me. I'm the dad coming home after work, and I like playing Overwatch. And I like playing in ranked mode. I like playing competitive because I like the rules. Each one of you gets a side. It's not all or nothing on the first go, and you get to see how you do on defense and how you do on offense, and how you battle each other on the point depending on the map type. I like the rules. I like the format, and the assertion is that ranked is really broken because there are people like me playing. Because I'm not paid. I'm not playing at the highest level. I'd like to think of myself as a tryhard, but that could, if you look at it, maybe that's just my ego. Don't get me wrong. I love to start a map on Hammond. I love playing Hammond. He's fun to play. Other people I know love playing Ashe because she's fun to play. But everyone that I play with will swap if we're countered, as long as we realize it, because sometimes you get tunnel vision. That's another story. But I felt like, and I also feel like I am in the 99%. I'm not in Contenders, and I never will be. I'm too old. I'm too slow. My goal in Overwatch has always been to be average. If I hit mid-plat, low to mid-plat, I've achieved my goal. If I go beyond that, then I've gone way beyond my goal. I'll probably never make diamond. I'd love to make diamond, but I doubt I ever will. And that's okay. That's all right. So I felt like I was being attacked by these videos. And I don't feel like people like me are the problem. And one of the solutions put out by, I want to say it was Jane, was to have like a try-hard mode, with some different rules than what Ranked has. And my only response to that is, if we try that, if we do that, then Blizzard needs to put a set of statistics, like a tryout. Not a tryout, but if you play competitive for a certain amount of time and you achieve a certain, not necessarily SR rank, but you achieve a certain amount of mechanical skill, as listed by your statistics, then you will qualify for tryhard mode. Because if you don't put some kind of controls around who can enter tryhard mode and who can't, then everyone, because I think I'm a tryhard, and I get the feeling I'm not alone, a lot of people from Ranked who shouldn't be in tryhard mode are going to jump in tryhard mode if you don't put controls around it. Because, we all think we're godlike players. That's part of the ego. I think a better way to fix Ranked is they should adjust the SR gains and losses that are given. So I think up through gold, you should be rewarded for SR if you perform average. And I don't mean average as related to your entire tier, your entire rank tier. If you were average in the game, you should make some sort of SR gain, maybe related to how average you were, and that SR gain should be given whether you win or lose. So if you're on the losing team with a bunch of people who can't seem to play together as a team, and this is, part of the matchmaker, but you're expected to come together as a team and to overcome, your mechanical skills and achieve an objective. And they're right. That's almost impossible. If you get a winning game in Silver, overcoming those odds, you guys have done very well. So to fix ranked, give SR to players who achieved the average in that match mechanically, right? Use whatever statistics make sense. I don't know if it's kill-death ratio. I don't know if it's healing, although for supports that should definitely be part of the equation. We can tailor these statistics for each role. That will do a couple of things. Is one, if you did okay, you don't lose SR. It will cut the tilt. Because winning or losing is now not a 6-man. Winning or losing SR, I should say, is now not it wouldn't be a 6-man responsibility, right? If you win or lose SR, you either did well or you didn't, and that's what it ought to be up through gold. Once you hit plat, the SR system should change. For plat, they should bring in win or loss as part of the equation. So you will gain SR if you win and do well mechanically. So it's both. And that will force people who hit a certain level to start playing as a team, to start thinking about strategy, to start thinking about counterplay. So we can have 3 levels, 3 ranks, I should say, where you're working on your mechanics and your game sense. And then the SR system at either, I think it's plat, but you could do it in gold, right? Gold and plat, your average level, because that's average, is high gold, low plat. Your average could be based on a hybrid of teamwork and mechanics, which is kind of what we have today. So a hybrid of win-loss and mechanics for gold and plat. And then diamond and above should stay like it is. You either win SR because you won the match, or you lose SR because you lost the match. And maybe that's how we fix ranked, right? Is we let people discover and do what they need to do in the lower couple of ranks, and then we have a couple of ranks where we teach them teamwork, and then we have the high ranks where it's all based on your win-loss. And what that would do is people who just can't figure out the teamwork aspect will only rise through like silver, gold, and they'll never go any higher if we base their SR on teamwork. But then that will allow people who deserve to be there but can't hard carry. Because I don't think you should have to mechanically be able to hard carry to get out of silver when you're having a bad game. I think you should be rewarded for what you did in that game. And today you're not. Right? I can take home the healing card and still lose SR. And that seems wrong to me. Right? If I have the healing card on the board, or the eliminations card, or the participation card, or the objective time card, if I did something in that game better than anybody else, why am I losing SR? Especially at the lower ranks. In the upper ranks where teamwork should matter the most, that's absolutely true. And I think that will also help force the meta in the upper levels to be different from the lower levels. That's one of the things I don't like about this idea of having tryhard mode is I think the meta would be very stale. Because people who want to play in Overwatch League level have specific ideas of what the meta should be. And the lower ranks can sometimes they can pull these meta off and sometimes they can't. Right? I mean, let's face it, we see weird crap work in lower ranks. because the same skill set isn't present. I don't know. That's my thought. My question to the four of you who are watching this is Overwatch competitive mode as broken as the upper tiers claim it is? And if so, is it the system, the players, or what that's causing ranked to be so broken? So broken that multiple YouTube channels have run many articles on this particular subject. So moving on, I played some Ashe, and it went kind of like this.
Look at that, she didn't even have her bomb.
So I just put out a lot of damage.
Yeah, I said I nice.
No one can hide.
Now I will say I like Ashe, but I'm not trying to main her. She is a lot of fun to play. I mean, even for a non-DPS, she's a lot of fun to play. Personally, I'm concentrating on being a better tank and healer because I think this is where my skills are. I have better aim. Shout out to Oxido UL who pointed out some issues with my gameplay. I actually owe him a message, but my aim is still lagging behind. So I've been tweaking up my sensitivity a little bit so that I get better aim, because I'm not moving my arm fast enough. But if I move my arm faster, I tend to overshoot. So I'm trying to tweak my sensitivity to help me out there. So far I've moved it from 5 to 9. 10 seems too fast, so I think I'm getting close. Also, it's the middle of season 13, so it's about time for the usual statistics report. Without going into the boring numbers, I have an account in silver and I have an account in gold. My main account is still in silver, and I really think Nixie, shout out to Nixie, said it best.
Well, look at this map.
Yeah, this is my favorite.
Holy excuse me, Snacken, what the f***? You're in silver?
Yeah.
And so that's it for today. Thank you everyone for being here. Be good to each other. Snacking out.
I mean, she just kind of flew out and I hit her 3 times.
They have a widow now. Wow. What?